Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Let me shout out to everybody real quick. Hola Gudak, way to the bay. Pasas los, bonjour mes amis, que du bawani. Konnichiwa, ni ha ni ama, tani bonani, jumbo hobarajani, assalamu alaikum, and shalom. All right, in Genesis, it says, it is not good that man should live alone. That Negro needs a help me. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he didn't say it exactly like that, but he said, let it, they, Allahim is plural for Allah, commonly confused with Elohim or El. Okay? So he said, let us make man in our own image. So the mighty ones made man in their own image and likeness from the dust of the earth. Said, let us make a helpmeet. So in the first part of Genesis, the woman was created from the same dust that the man was created from. XYZ went wrong. She was replaced. This time, the woman that was created for the man was created from his rib. So if the Most High will replace one that don't want to follow his commandments and the way he wants things done, what makes you think he might not replace the other one? It's all about the man getting right. Once the black man gets right, then we look to see who's going to follow the commandments. That's basically it. Because we are the one that determine the community of the Most High. The black man do. Or the Israelite man. Or the Afro-American. All right. Along with the Afro-black men across the world. So, what's my point to this? In Jasher, Abraham told Sarah, I'm going to go visit my son Ishmael. I put the video up to show you that Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael were all Hebrews and they had a good relationship. The problem was the women. But, and look up that, and it's in the video, just put Reluctant Nabi of Yah, Ishmael. That's all you have to put, and it'll pull that video up. But, if you're following me in Jasher, it's about the 25th chapter, 24th. Abraham tells Sarah, I'm going to go see my son Ishmael. I haven't seen him in a while. So Sarah makes him promise not to get off his camel. Peculiar promise, right? Sarah was still beefing. Sarah still had beef with Haggai. Abraham always knew where they were. So he said, I'm going to go visit my son. So he goes to visit his son. And when he gets to his son's tent, he sees the son's wife in the tent or home, whatever, however you want to call it. But what he observes is she did not come out to greet him, as was the custom, nor did she offer him any water or offer his camel any water to drink. So she didn't even make an offer for him to refuse. Not only that, she was bad talking her husband while he was gone, and she was cursing the children. This is around the 25th chapter of Jasher. All right. So she was cursing the children. She was talking bad about the husband and cursing the children. Abraham just sat on his camel and he did not get off because he had made a promise to Sarah that he would not get off. So, in keeping with his word, he just stayed on his camel. The woman didn't offer him bread or nothing. And so, basically, Abraham looked and saw that this was just a terrible woman. And he said this, to paraphrase: Tell your son Isaac, tell your husband Ishmael, that an old man, gray beard, stopped by, did not get off his camel. He will know who you're talking about. And say these words to him: The tent pole you have holding up this tent is a bad one. You need to get rid of this one. You need to replace this one with another. So that's what he said. You need to replace this one with another. All right. So, in short, Abraham leaves. Ishmael gets back. She tells her that. He gives her the left-footed fellowship, the shoe leather express. He told her to kick the bricks. Don't let the door or tent pole or whatever hit you. Skedaddle, skidoo, and get back where you came from, because I don't need you. Right? And so, then, after that, Ishmael went and picked out a wife from Canaan. All right? So he sent her back, went and got a wife from Canaan. He sent her back to her father's house and went and got another wife from Canaan. Oh, guess where the children stayed? With Ishmael. Which is probably why she was cursing the children out, because they weren't hers anyway. Or she was probably cursing out his other children and not the ones she bore. You see? Oh, and keep in mind, Abraham had more than Sarah as a wife too. All right? So, understand this. So, she was easily replaced. Now, Abraham came back when he had his second wife. The first wife was from Egypt, which means she was an Israelite. No, she wasn't an Israelite. Didn't exist yet. I apologize. I caught myself. But anyway, Abraham's wives was from Egypt and Canaan. All right. Now, Abraham came back a second time. And again, Ishmael wasn't there. And he said to the wife, tell your husband this: the tent pole holding up this tent is a good one. You've done well. I would keep it. And he left. And when Ishmael got back, the second wife told him the thing. And then he explained to her what was going on. And he explained to her what was going on because she was a good wife. But she was the replacement. Now, what happened is when Abraham came up, not only did she give him water, but she asked him if he wanted something to eat. She asked him if he could come down off his camel and come in so that she can serve him properly. And he did. She spoke well of the children. She took care of the home. She was the replacement. Right? So we got a white woman calling out for those who mistreated God's chosen, as she says. The white woman says God's chosen. The black men, when his own don't. Don't you think they would be replaced? Don't you think they would be replaced? When his own woman don't, they could be replaced. Every last woman in the scripture that was not good to a husband was replaced. Every last one. So, listen to this lady. Think about what I just said.
Shalom, YouTube. I felt compelled to make this video, for lack of a better term, and I'm going to entitle it, I'm Sick of White People. And yes, I'm white, and the reason I'm sick of white people is because no matter how much fact, no matter how much scripture you all are presented with regarding who the Hebrews in the Bible were and who they are in the earth today, which would be the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, the Native Americans, the Aborigines, no matter what you're presented with, you still want to dispute this and maintain your superior, pompous, arrogant attitudes. And it makes me sick. I come across these so-called biblically based websites, and listed for the 12 tribes of Israel are all European countries. What is wrong with you people? You should be ashamed of yourselves. After everything these people have been through at the hand of the white man, slaughtered, ran off their land, sold into bondage, had their heritage stolen from them, would it kill you? Would it kill you to acknowledge the fact that these could be God's chosen elect? Well, evidently so. And unfortunately, in the words of King Solomon, there's nothing new under the sun. As a matter of fact, I'd like to read what King David had to say regarding this. And this is from Psalm 83. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They have a confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, that's you white people, Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagareans, Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, and with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Selah. So, yeah. You know, despite the fact that there's an African tribe with a piece of the Ark of the Covenant, and despite the fact that it's been proven that Native American tribes wrote in ancient Hebrew, a very, very ancient form of Hebrew, you still want to think that you're Israelites. And I hate to break it to you white people, but you are not. You are Edom. You are Edomites, the descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother. And I guess this is where that term comes from, the white man is the devil. Well, in this case, the truth, it hurts oh so bad.
Okay, understand this. She makes a point. And this is where I want to get back to Ishmael and Isaac. The women were the ones with the beef that kept the men separated. When the men got together, they were happy to be together. When Abraham died, Ishmael and Isaac buried Abraham. When Ishmael died, Isaac cried for such a long time that it is recorded that he lamented days. Not the 3, but I mean, he took it to he black lamented, you know. Ah, Pookie, Pookie, why'd you have to go? Ah, oh, no, 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 take me. Yeah, he lamented like that, right? And so basically, basically, you have more Hebrews than you know running around. And remember what this woman put out. Esau was the Esau, or the white people, were the descendants of Esau. All right. And so that was Israel and Esau. That was that battle. So Ishmael and Isaac are supposed to be close. Understand this. Ishmael and Isaac are supposed to be close. we have the exact same beliefs, or should, who separated us the same way they infiltrated and trying to, like the white woman said, trying to make the white people Israel. They did also that for trying to say that white looking people are Ishmael, and they're not. Ishmael and Isaac were all black peoples. The division comes between Jacob and Esau. All right. But everything before them followed in the way of the Most High. They naturally kept the commandments. Understand this. And so this is why they create a system within the United States where the black man can't raise his son, because they want that to be forgotten. Like they said, they stir up a council against him. All right. Now, who's responsible for our education? Now that the black man ain't in the house, think about it. So, how are we so miseducated where we walk out as men looking like this? Why is it that there's a concerted effort to keep the seed of the man separated from the man? The only time they want to see this image is in a photograph or in a painting. They don't want us to see us rise to this level, because this is the strength of the community. When the black man can raise up more to be chosen, more to be the elect, they fear our spirituality. And I'm not just talking about the white man either. They fear our spirituality. We have another adversary, like I said, that is close to us. They fear our spirituality. So the best thing they can try to do is shut it down to make sure no one else hear. Because they think that the reproach that they are receiving is coming from the spiritual elect, and it's not coming from us. It's coming from the very people that created the system by which the crookedness of their ways are rewarded. So they continue in that crooked way. They want us as black men to be a caricature of ourselves. The adversaries, all of the adversaries, want us to be a caricature of ourselves. How do you know this? They will reward this before they reward a black man that actually takes in children and raises them. They will reward this before they reward a blue collar man who can still afford to put gold in his mouth, but don't, because rent is more important. They will reward this by allowing this to produce the majority of children, while the working blue collar, white collar man that's not making that six figure, but they're making a good, healthy five figure, enough to take care of rent, pay them car bill and stuff, and can handle themselves in the street if need be. That guy, all right, they are stripping him while rewarding him with their youth and everything else. And so he continues to be a caricature, and every little child looking at how he is rewarded for his behavior, for his look, his so-called swag, now wants to be a part of the caricature instead of being a real man. And at the end of all of this, the reason why they prefer the black man to be a caricature for himself, of himself, because as a caricature, believe it or not, the black man is the biggest. uh, Come on, let me say this. Y'all need to understand. The black man is the biggest money maker for the rich. I mean, the super wealthy. I mean, the top 1% of the 1%. The black man is the biggest money maker for that group of individuals. The black man is so talented that everybody, to include his woman, want to be him. But the same people that want to be him love exploiting him for that money. They'll live off of his fame. Understand this. They'll exploit him. They will make sure, even with all this education about self that is available, they will make sure to have the gatekeeper in the house that keeps him from knowledge instead of having the strong man in the house that feeds him the knowledge. Because one of the things they realized that when the Black Panthers was running around, people joined the Black Panthers uneducated about the law, uneducated about a lot of things. After a couple months in there, they knew all the laws, the bylaws. They understood government, how it worked. They understood all of that. How do we vote now? Most people don't understand the power of the president. They don't understand the power of the House. They don't understand why the House is the House and the Senate is the Senate. They don't understand the power in one senator. Why? Because they were intentionally kept in the dark about the education so that they could be a caricature of themselves. And as the black man started to study, we did have an ally. We did have somebody speaking out on our behalf. We have some of our elders, but they're few and far in between. But I will say this, and I shout out to the Sister Curl, right? This woman goes through hell. All right, I sent her something because of the hell she go through. And one point she was one of the first ones that won. So when I get back from Brazil, I'll be mailing you people the people that sent in the right answer, the first three. Carol was number one. Um, I know who you are, brother, because you asked me to redo it, and I had you redo it, and you came back in and you were right. All right. So the people that sent in the thing, the answer, they will receive something from Brazil when I get back. All right. And when I get down there, fellas, I am going to talk to Aunt Samino, and we're going to talk about and I'm gonna talk with the people at the school, with the women at the school, about what Brazilians like in the favelas, the darker hue, what they really prefer in men. Do an American in their eyes have a shot, a black American, specifically about us? So when I get down there, we're going to have that conversation. Since Aunt Samina gonna can translate, so hopefully the women will have 5 minutes in the office. Uh, we'll take a little office break while we're there and have that conversation. All right, I'm gonna put it on tape and then make a video. So y'all be watching out for that. Oh, and be watching this channel. Don't forget to share, 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 share. And brothers, let's not be a caricature of our real spiritual self. I didn't say religious self. I said spiritual. To you, Israelite brothers that's coming to my channel trying to give me that Israelite dogma, it don't work here. I follow scripture, not a group, not a religion. Stop practicing a religion and open up your mind and look at things and read everything and not what they told you to read in your leadership group. With that said, Don't be a caricature of yourself, black men. And widen your horizons. Because apparently, when the sisters can't get right with the Most High, they can be replaced. Only we didn't see it coming from where I'm seeing it come from. I didn't see that coming, right? But is the one lady, the second one, this in this video, since 2010 been speaking on that. All right. So, wow. All right. I'm just saying they could be replaced, and they always have been. It's been about us though. We are the rulers, and our character has to be above reproach. I'm not saying don't go out there and get yourself some. I'm saying don't go out there and get yourself some from another man's wife. I'm not saying don't go out and have a few drinks with the buddy. I'm saying don't drink and drive, get behind a car, get behind the wheel and kill somebody when you have buddies. I'm saying somebody be disciplined or nice enough to, be the designated driver, right? I'm not saying if you do that wacky tobacco stuff, all right, but the real tobacco stuff, that kills not only you, but the person you're around and children. Try to quit that. We know that they intentionally made it addictive. That's what I'm saying. All right. I'm not saying be like, oh, we must go and worship something. No, because that worship is how we take care of ourselves and how we take care of the others and how we take care of our immediate community, which would be your house, and what we do extra for people out of our abundance, but only out of our abundance. Because if you do it with something less than your abundant, then you're less than an infidel. That's what the scripture says. As a brother, you need to manage your house first. It's home first. That's why I tell people I would like your donations, and I'm asking now, I would like your donations to this channel. But if you can't do it, don't do it. If you got to buy another car because somebody keeps stealing the one you bought, then you can't afford to give me crap. We supposed to be helping you. Understand? If like the people I put back in college, they can't give me jack. They didn't have the money to get back into college. We supposed to help them. You understand? That's how this works. With that said, I'm out for real.